Thank you, Lara. That was very impressive. Any more ideas about what we might see in the future?
Flying cars. Back to the future.
David? The train of the future? Does it just look sleek? Or can it actually do something?
Of course. For example, it can automatically switch off the engine when it doesn't need energy. Sort of a thinking train. And it uses much less energy than trains do today. It's totally silent and eco-friendly.
And do you have any idea how that could actually work?
David? So you actually build the entire, what do you call it, drive system?
Yes, but not just for trains. For all kinds of rail vehicles. We call it the EcoPack.
What is an EcoPack? Did you invent that yourself?
Not by myself, no, but I helped.
Drive technology from Voith Turbo powers rail vehicles all around the world. The Voith EcoPack contains a series of innovations that make our drive systems more eco-friendly and more economical too. For instance, by storing and retrieving braking energy or converting waste heat so that it can be reused.
Let's start with the outside. We put what we call noise protection skirts all around the train, you see? And when the train is standing at the station, for instance, the motor and the cooling unit, and especially their fans, are a source of noise. That's why we developed a completely new type of fan.
And that does what?
More important is what it doesn't do. Make noise.
The noise protection skirts are made of a very lightweight fiber-reinforced material, as well as locally optimized sound insulation materials. They account for a significant reduction in emitted noise. The Voith Silent Vents intake, geometry, and design give it optimal aerodynamic properties, thus reducing noise to a level where it will, for example, comply with TSI noise regulations.
This is how it makes wind noise. And now, much less wind resistance. Now the fan is much quieter. Obvious, isn't it? Have you ever asked yourself why a train keeps its engine running while it's standing in a station?
Even when it's stationary, it uses energy.
For the lights and the air conditioning, for example.
So the engine often needs to keep running. Now you've got to imagine that engines lose a lot of energy in the form of heat, which can't be used for traction or even for electricity.
Sure.
So, you have to convert the heat into a form of energy that can be used whenever it's needed.
How can you do that?
Steam drive, that's what we call the system, reclaims such heat losses. Waste heat from the engine is used to create steam, which is then converted into electrical or mechanical energy. Even when the engine is switched off, this energy is available for several minutes. The engine itself doesn't have to supply any energy for electricity. This saves up to 10% fuel. Because the engine runs for shorter periods, it needs fewer stops for maintenance and repair.
But can your train start without using the engine?
Sure. It stores the momentum it had while braking and uses it to start again.
When a train weighing many tons is moving, it has an incredible amount of energy, which is normally lost when it brakes.
That's stupid.
And then?
We use it for starting.
And that works?
You bet!
Braking energy is stored hydrostatically in high-pressure tanks and then reused. There are several ways of utilizing this energy. It can be used for driving auxiliary components, for extra acceleration, or for silent zero-emission departure. In principle, this could be implemented electrically. It is mainly down to the type of storage and its suitability for use in trains.
This saves up to 15% of the fuel that the train would use to come to a complete halt, and it takes off the strain on the service brakes.
Does that mean it doesn't squeak so loudly?
Exactly. Well, I think these are the most important points.
But it can only work if it's all properly coordinated.
And that's a job for a computer, right?
It is.
The EcoPack's renowned Voith Turbo Drive Control, VTDC in short, which controls the diesel engine, turbo transmission, auxiliary machines, and cooling systems, and basically represents the interface to the vehicle control system, has had several major extensions to its software functions. It controls the entire drive unit and all energy sources, thus perfectly coordinating all functions involving fuel efficiency, noise reduction, and energy recuperation.
So it's sort of like its brain.
Well, I must say, David, that was a very detailed look into the future.
Well, to be honest, it's already in use.
The Voith EcoPack is one of our contributions towards a better future. The innovations of the EcoPack are also available as individual components for integration into rail cars, shunting, and mainline locomotives. The Voith EcoPack sets new standards for the rail sector in terms of ecology, resources, and economy. We are playing our part for a clean environment and a better world, for today and for the future.